Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nirmal Banga. I'm Hiral Tatia. We have Riya Singh, technical analyst, currencies, joining in. Riya, let's just talk about the rupee in today's session. Yesterday's session, if you go to see, rupee has closed lower. We saw levels of almost around 75.8 against the dollar, and we're pretty much tracking Asian currencies as well. What's the sense that you're picking up?
Yes, good morning, Hiral. So, if you look at the rupee momentum, so it has come after there was a drastic pullback that we have seen in the dollar index. So the dollar index has reversed from the high of 100, and it was testing 99 in yesterday's session. So the pullback has come after the statement from the Fed Chairman Powell stating that there will be an extended loan program that will be happening for the US economy, especially directed with the SMEs and the local and state government, as well as there is a statement that probably at the second half of the financial year there might be some pickup that will be happening in the US economy. So the risk sentiment has quite shifted from these statements, and there is a hope that things will be getting picked up in the as far as economy outlook goes in the second half of the financial year. So we are seeing some drawback from the the greenback currency in the last few sessions, and on the back of that there is a gain into the euro and pound. Euro is definitely enjoying some shoots because of the fund that it has received from the EU, which will be helping these the regions which are bad hit by the pandemic. And pound is also gaining on back of the green currency because of the in spite there is some lag into the economic pick up in the UK, and also there is risk pertaining into the UK going into the depression, and quite a low inflation that it is experiencing. So I think this whole pullback has happened because of the shift in the risk sentiment into the safe haven. So the same is getting reflected into the rupee as well.
Right. So overall, taking these cues into consideration, what are the strategies that you would want to suggest for today?
Uh, the strategies that I would like to go for is, obviously one can go for rupee. Let me just share my screen. So if you look in here, this is a daily chart. So the pair has though opening on a green shoot has though opening on a weaker end, it has reversed from the high, but we are the candle that is formed is a small bullish candle with an upper shadow. So this generally indicates that there is some profit taking happening or a selling pressure at the higher levels. So accordingly to that, I think it will be much of a consolidation range for the rupee today. Look for a long opportunity if it opens above 75.80 for 75.97, 76.05, and for short opportunity if it opens below 75.60. So I think this will be the levels that one should look for in order to execute any trades for today, as it will be much of in a consolidation range. The other strategy that one can look for is actually into the uh, Euro INR. So if you look at this is an early chart of the Euro INR. So if you look at this chart, the pair is holding support at 80 to 80 quite strongly. So if there is any breakdown to this level, some profit taking might happen, and one can go for short into Euro INR as well. The for To trade into the pound, I think one must look for a long call into this. Any open above 90 to 90 will lead the pair towards 93, 93.10 in today's session. JPYINR will probably be weak if you look at the past few sessions. It has closed into the lower highs and lower lows. So I think any breakdown below 70.25, one can go for short into this pair.
These are interesting strategies that we should be watching out for as well. Very lastly, Ria, again, if I have to come back to the rupee as well, we have been talking of the US-China trade tariff. Uh, the other bit is the second wave of coronavirus infection is also something that we have been watching out for. And I think a couple of weeks ago, we were also talking about the rupee that could be hitting levels of around 80 to the dollar. Now that we are somewhere in that range of 75 and a half to 76, what's the sense that you have with regards to rupee hitting 80 to the dollar anytime in the near term?
See, Hiral, as we have discussed before, also, I don't think there will be 80 levels into the depreciation path of the rupee because the though there is the second wave that is coming, all the central banks around the world are quite working towards getting the economy back to the track. There is some news on the vaccine part as well. So I think even as we have seen, even in the worst condition, when the pandemic came hit the Indian economy, the worst scenario that we have seen is rupee depreciating towards 77, 77, 15, though we had a target of 77.56 looking at the scenario at that time. So rupee not going beyond 78 is a major sign that the central bank will not let the Indian currency to depreciate more than 80, because going further than 80 will obviously hit the trade part of the Indian economy. Also, at that time there was the crude oil crash, which could have barricaded some of the depreciation part, but now even that is gaining pace. And if you look at the US trade war, China, US China trade war, there was some bitter statement, that was coming in from the US part. But if you look at the development with respect to the China, they have actually gone for a foreign exchange, settlement. They have come in with the new prospectus where there will be a bank will be able to offer foreign exchange settlements into a much smoother process. So this step was taken in order to aid into the trade strategies and to help in the e-commerce business in the China. So I think taking into the overall condition and the development, I don't think so rupee will depreciate beyond 78. That is the maximum level that I'm seeing for the depreciation into the worst case scenario.
Right. So that's an interesting take as well. Thank you, Ria, for joining us on the show and giving us those strategies for the day as well. We will come back to you next week. Now, today being a Thursday, so we will be joining back again on Monday to get your views as to how things are panning out and what should be the strategies from there on as well. Thank you very much for joining in.
Thank you.